Well, good morning and welcome to our next lot of reviews, which is we have a 10-day period. We have a 10-day period where we're reviewing each day two statements, two lessons. So I'm going to read this whole thing as one lesson with every day's review in it. And if you're following me on these videos, which you're watching this, so I'm assuming you are, just return to the lesson, right? I'll read the preview first and then the lesson. Return to the lesson every day for the next 10 days, rather than me just getting on here and making a 2-second video to give you the lesson for the day for the next 10 days in a row. Just re-watch this 10 days in a row, and you'll probably get sick of me after that, but that's good. Whatever brings up a trigger is awesome. So we're learning to be grateful for our triggers, for the catalysts that show us that we still have anxiety or separation beliefs within our own mind, deep hidden away. So review 4. Okay. Now a review again. This time aware we are preparing for the second part of learning how the truth can be applied. Okay, I'll read that again. This time we are aware we are preparing for the second part of learning how the truth can be applied. Today we will begin to concentrate on readiness for what will follow next. Such is our aim for this review and for the lessons following. Thus we review the recent lessons and their central thoughts in such a way as will facilitate the readiness which we would now achieve. There is a central theme that unifies each step in the review we undertake, which can be simply stated in these words: my mind holds only what I think with God. This is a fact and represents the truth of what you are and what your Father is. It is this thought by which the Father gave creation to the Son, establishing the Son as co-creator with himself. It is this thought which fully guarantees salvation to the Son, for in his mind no thoughts can dwell but those his Father shares. Lack of forgiveness blocks this thought from his awareness, yet it is forever true. Let us begin our preparation with some understanding of the many forms in which the lack of true forgiveness may be carefully concealed. Because they are illusions, they are not perceived to be but what they are. Defenses which protect your unforgiving thoughts from being seen and recognized. And just funny, I went to see with my daughter and a friend, we went to see a magician show at the centre in town. We're about half hour from town, but you only perceive the illusion what it is, that he took this and did that, but you don't see the mechanism behind that establishes the framework for allowing that to be what it is that I think I perceive. And that's the same with this. What it is that's going on in my own mind, I don't recognize. All I see are the effects with my eyes, my ears. Okay, and I perceive things to be as they are, as they present themselves, but that's not actually the case. Okay. Because they are illusions, they are not perceived to be but what they are. Defenses which protect your unforgiving thoughts from being seen and recognized. Okay, they're back here. You can't see them and you can't recognize them. You don't know how we're doing this trick. Their purpose is to show you something else and hold correction off through self-deceptions made to take its place. And yet your mind holds only what you think with God. Your self-deceptions cannot take the place of truth, no more than can a child who throws a stick into the ocean change the coming and the going of the tides, the warming of the water by the sun, the silver of the moon on it by night. So do we start each practice period in this review with readying our minds to understand the lessons that we read and see the meaning which they offer us. Begin each day with time devoted to the preparation of your mind to learn what each idea you will review that day can offer you in freedom and in peace. Open your mind and clear it of all thoughts that would deceive, and let this thought alone engage it fully and remove the rest. My mind holds only what I think with God. 5 minutes with this thought will be enough to set the day along the lines which God appointed, and to place his mind in charge of all the thoughts you will receive that day. They will not come from you alone, for they will all be shared with him. And so each one will bring the message of his love to you, returning messages of yours to him. So will communion with the Lord of hosts be yours, as he himself has willed it be, and as his own completion joins with him, so will he join with you who are complete, as you unite with him and he with you. After your preparation, merely read each of the 2 ideas assigned to you to be reviewed that day. Okay, I'll read that again. After your preparation, which is spending 5 minutes reviewing, my mind holds only what I think with God. Okay, just sitting there with that thought. After your preparation, merely read each of the 2 ideas assigned to you to be reviewed that day. Then close your eyes and say them slowly to yourself. Close your eyes and say them slowly to yourself. There is no hurry now, for you are using time for its intended purpose. What a relief. I'm using time for its intended purpose at last. Let each word shine with the meaning God has given it, as it was given to you through his voice. Let each idea that you review that day give you the gift which he has laid in it for you to have of him, and we will use no format for our practicing but this. But this. Each hour of the day, bring your mind to the thought with which the day began. My mind holds only what I think with God. Okay. And spend a quiet moment with it. Then repeat the 2 ideas you practice for the day unhurriedly, with time enough to see the gifts which they contain for you, and let them be received where they were meant to be. We add no other thoughts, but let them be the messages that they are. We need no more than that to give us happiness and rest and endless quiet, perfect certainty, and all our Father wills that we receive as the inheritance we have of him. Each day of practicing as we review, we close as we began, repeating first the thought that made the day a special time of blessing and of happiness for us, and through our faithfulness restored the world from darkness to the light, from grief to joy, from pain to peace, from sin to holiness. God offers thanks to you who practice thus keeping of his word, and as you give your mind to the ideas for the day again before you sleep, his gratitude surrounds you in the peace wherein he wills you be forever, and are learning now to claim again as your inheritance. Okay, and these are the lessons. Remember, come back tomorrow and listen again and do the second one. So we've got 141, 142, 143, etc. So today I'm going to read them all, but only do for yourself 141. Okay, tomorrow 142, etc. Lesson 141. My mind holds only what I think with God. Okay, the review of 121 and 122. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. And 122. Forgiveness offers everything I want. That's for today. Tomorrow, lesson 142. My mind holds only what I think with God. Okay, that's the morning review, 5 minutes and a minute every hour. And then, okay. I thank my Father for his gifts to me, reviews of 123. And let me remember I am one with God, 124. Then we go to lesson 143 the following day. My mind holds only what I think with God. 125, in quiet I receive God's word today. 126, all that I give is given to myself. The day after that, lesson 144, my mind holds only what I think with God. There is no love but God's. 127 and 128, the world I see has nothing that I want. Lesson 145. My mind holds only what I think with God. 129. Beyond this world, there is a world I want. 130. It is impossible to see two worlds. Impossible. Don't even think you can take a grain of sand. Lesson 146. My mind holds only what I think with God. 131. No one can fail who asks to reach the truth. And 132. I loose the world from all I thought it was. Lesson 147. My mind holds only what I think with God. 133. I will not value what is valueless. 134. Let me perceive forgiveness as it is. The next day, 148. My mind holds only what I think with God. 135. If I defend myself, I am attacked. 136. Sickness is a defense against the truth. Lesson 149. My mind holds only what I think with God. 137. When I am healed, I am not healed alone. 138. Heaven is the decision I must make. 150. My mind holds only what I think with God. 139. I will accept atonement for myself at one-ment. And lesson 140. Only salvation can be said to cure. Whew. I like the review periods, the review lessons. They just consolidate everything so nicely. And if you have a particularly busy life where you're rushing, if you live in a city perhaps where everybody rushes when you go to a big city, or when I go to a big city, keep my finger on my nose, singular, I feel like, whoa, like, whoa, everybody's going so fast, walking so fast. It's like somebody hit a fast forward button. I have people going past me. It's funny. It's just funny. So it's nice to have those reviews to consolidate things, to help things slow down. Okay, there's no need to rush now, he says in that lesson. We're just going to slow down, breathe, and allow those lessons to dawn upon us, the meaning that they actually have, the gift that they contain. All right, it's not in the words. The words are symbols that represent something else, and it's the something else that has been given through those words that we're attempting to allow ourselves to receive. I love you. Peace.